Hey, I'm Carl with Apt, and today we're going to show you how to change the denomination for the coin slide assembly on a Speed Queen commercial laundry unit. So first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you unplug the unit anytime you're working inside of these. You want to make sure there's no power running to it. So once you have it unplugged, your next step is going to be to take your key and open up the access door here on the top. And once that's opened, you'll be able to see the inside of the machine. So from here, you're going to want to take we've got a 5/16 inch socket that we're going to use to take the slide bolt out. If you have a ratchet wrench, it's sometimes a little bit easier to use that. This you kind of have to angle in. It can make it a little more difficult, but you put that onto the end of the slide bolt and you should be able to unscrew it here and it should slide right out for you. So you take your slide bolt out and that's your first step. So after that, you're going to have to remove the coin slide assembly here. This can be a little tricky with the extension installed on the back. It can take a moment to take out here. So basically what you're going to want to do is push up, and that's going to allow you to slide the mechanism forward. And then you want to really, to give yourself some room to work, you want to push your coin slide in as really as far as you can go. And then that's going to allow you to sort of work this out. And there we go. So now our coin slide assembly is out, so we can start working. First thing you're going to want to do once you have the coin slide out is take off the extension here, which is really easy to do. You're just taking these two screws out. So we use our Phillips head. And remove those two. And that pops right off. Set that off to the side so you don't lose it. And then from here, we're going to remove the spring. So that's, you just pull forward here and then set that off to the side as well. And now from here, we're going to flip this over. We have to take off this little brass piece here on the bottom. So that's done. It's got one Phillips head screw right in the middle. So we've got that out there. And from here, that's going to allow us to slide the assembly forward. So we just pull that straight through. And then on the bottom of this, on the top, you're going to have these two screws which attach to this little brass piece underneath here. So we'll take those out from the top with our Phillips head screwdriver. And few turns on those, and the little brass piece on the bottom should just fall out here for you, so make sure you hang on to that. And it does say up on the bottom here, so if you look carefully it says up. That part is actually, when you flip it over like this, that's the part that's going to face up. You can't really install it any other way, so if you don't have it on there the right way, just flip it over to make sure that up is pointing up towards you when this is upside down. Sorry if that's a little confusing. So you put that off to the side here and then take our screws out, put them right over there. And then from here, there's going to be these little plastic pieces that run along and they block off the coin spots. So if we have right now, it's set for 75 cents. So if we want to set it for $1, we're going to take some sort of a little flathead screwdriver and kind of poke those down, and that should slide right out. So if we want to do like $1.25, for example, we'll put another one out here. And then from here, everything's all set. There's nothing to add to it. All you're doing is removing those plastic pieces or adding them if you want to make it a smaller denomination. But otherwise, that's all you have to do. And then it's the same process in reverse to get it back into the box here. So start off again with your brass piece. Again, up should be facing up when you have this upside down. And then you're going to flip it back over, put your two screws back in to hold it in place. And we're going to slide this back into here. I found that if you kind of tilt it towards your left a little bit, it makes it a little easier to install the slide back into the mechanism here. So if you tilt it a little bit left, as it's facing you this way, it should make it go in a little more smoothly for you. And then from here, we're going to attach this brass piece. So we flip this over, and this is going to go right back where we took it from. So if you remember, we took the spring off earlier. There's a little hook here. There's a little hook on this piece, so we're going to make sure those are both on the same side here. Okay. And now it's time to put the spring back on. So we hook one end on there and one end on there. So now we've got it functioning again. So now the last part is going to be putting the coin slide extension back onto the coin slide. So we still have our screws in the back here. Those are going to line up with these two screw holes. So I kind of just hand tighten them here to hold it in place. Oop. And then from there we can use our Phillips head screwdriver and push them back down into place. Okay, and now we're just putting the coin slide assembly back into the box. And again, remember, you're going to want to push this in to give yourself a little room to play with. Makes install a lot easier. This part is a little tricky. You just kind of have to work it around until you get it past the little drop area. And then you can release and set it back up onto those two little holes there, and then we're going to put the slide bolt back in. This is going to slide into place. There's a little guide inside of here that you line it up with, and then this takes a little work too, trying to find the actual hole to screw it into, but we've got it here. And then we use our, again, 5/16 inch socket to tighten that up to make sure that it stays in place. And there we go. So that's all installed. Now we have it set for $1.25. Make sure you put the cap back on here. And then you can plug your machine back in and you're ready to go. So that's how you change the denomination on the Speed Queen coin slide here for a commercial laundry machine from Speed Queen. And we really appreciate you watching the video. Please let us know if you have any questions, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube.